hotel. We're not seeing my room because I find that creepy. But you'll see the hotel. So we have some super cool carpet. One thing I find interesting about this is that it doesn't smell like smoke. Close the door quietly. Ooh, push. A lot of hotels with carpet built a while ago smell like smoke, and this one is nice. We also have friends. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern have joined us. Rosencrantz? Maybe I should have paid better attention at school. Check it out. Oh, more friends. Floor friends. This hotel's awesome. 15 out of 20 stars. I mean, 20 out of 15 stars. So, today we are in the town of Valka. And the cool thing about this town is that it borders Latvia. So we will learn more about the town after I get through this deep pond that I need to access to exit the hotel. We'll see how waterproof these shoes are. Let's learn about Valk. Valk means walk in German, if you were wondering why we ended up here. Because why not go to a meta town? I'm kind of loving this town. So there's one road through this town, and that's exactly what we're walking on. The first time I came to Eastern Europe was in the year 2000, which was kind of at the time when the Iron Curtain was still starting to fall, governments were being formed, and I stayed in an apartment building very similar to this. Crazy how 24 years later they're still standing. This is cool. In front of us, we see what could have been a school or a factory from the Soviet days. In a couple of places around town, I keep seeing this graffiti, love versus freedom. I'll Google that up and see what that's about later. But for now, we're walking on these slippery stairs. I almost fell over. And because we see a statue of an Olympian. Now there's not many, English. There's not too many notable people from Valka. But this guy is from the 1920s. And his name is Alfred Newland. And I forget what he did, but I'm gonna guess it's something with skiing in the Olympics. Also notable from Valk is a very famous chess player, if you're in the chess community, but I am not. I think, I'm not sure what this is, but I think it's a cultural center. I'm learning enough Estonian to know what those words look like. And it's like, I can imagine this in the summer with these super bright branches, plants here. There's probably some sort of a fountain that goes off in the middle for the kids. I'm in. So we're approaching one of the reasons I went to Valk, apart from matching city name. So Valk was one town for a very, very long time. And then when the Soviets came in, it was still one town. But then whenever the Soviets were leaving, country borders had to be established because of, I don't know, international rule or something. So what happened is that the British got involved, don't ask me why, and they literally drew a line throughout the center of a town. So, while you could be living on one side of the town, the rest of your family could be on the other side of the town in an entirely different country. Now, the British really know how to fuck things up. Just look at Palestine right now. They're the ones that decided to create that region, meaning Israel. Look at what they did in the Balkan area. That's lovely. So, what they did here was draw a line literally in the center of the town. And that meant that if you wanted to go see your parents or whatever, you had to have the right work authorization, the right visas, the right everything. And this is where the border stood. So right now we see a border guard today, or a border house thingy. In 2007, whenever the EU Schengen Agreement was established, this changed from a border patrol where you'd show a passport into what we see here today. Just a little place to be in two countries at once. Right now, we're standing in the middle of two countries. And now, just like that, we're in Latvia. Oh, my nose is watering. So, as I was saying, and then I got interrupted by the snowplowers. The city was, you had to cross that border crossing until 2007. And then after that, the Schengen mobility movement came into place, and finally the border was open. So that's cool. And now we're walking around. One interesting thing, where is it? There. So on this side of the border, there's an alcohol store here, and then there's an alcohol store at the end of the road. So that's on the Latvia side. On the Estonia side, there's two grocery stores. So you see a lot of older people, older than me, walking back and forth across the border. Some buying alcohol, some buying food. And right now we are walking to a tourist sign. And in our way is this cool old church. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is pretty local to the area. And not Soviet. But let's test it out. Wait a minute. Wait. Is this seriously part of the Camino? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Because if it is, it makes my quest of touring even cooler that I found it. This is the sign we're walking to the Valka sign. Whee! Latvia travel, if you don't believe me where we're at. Okay, this church is actually pretty cool. So it's been destroyed multiple times. It was built in 1477, and over the different times it's been rebuilt, it's been given money by affluent people. So yeah, my guess was accurate. This is an original church of the area. And now I'm gonna go see what time it is because I'm hungry. So let's go. Actually, how are you supposed to tell the time if it's cloudy? But it's pretty cool, yeah? I think so. Apparently from the top of the church you can have, or the top of the bell tower up there, you can have a really good view. Alakak! So I'm taking a little rest here. I'm tired, and one thing that I find interesting walking around town is that, I'm going to try to put this on video, a lot of the older people that were around during the Soviet rule. A lot of the older people that are around during Soviet rule still carry around a plastic shopping bag. No, I missed it. Okay, I'll find another one. So, single-use plastics are, I don't think they're anywhere in the EU. Like at the grocery store, you just buy a paper bag if you want a bag. Most people carry reusable bags. But a lot of the older demographic here who grew up with single-use plastics as a icon of upper class still carry it. Culture is cool, and just how it's embedded into people is even cooler. See? I like this. In a very, very humble town. There's this massive happy dude slipping on ice or dancing. This is August Galit. He was born in 1861, and he was a writer who worked both in Tallinn and in Tartu. And at the time, due to his background, he had to flee during World War II, so he moved up to Sweden. And even though Sweden did allow for Nazis to live in there during World War II, it was a safe haven for many people running away. Now let's go find the road I'm supposed to be on, because this is quite not wet. I mean, it's not a not icy anymore. It's very wet. I will give my shoes a review. So, you also may be asking, why are you still wearing the shoes if your feet are killing you? It's because it's all I have. And in the water and in the snow, they're actually really good and really grippy. My feet haven't gotten wet once. And the hokas that I have that are full leather with slip resistant bottoms continue to get my feet wet. So while my feet may be painful, at least my foot may be in a lot of pain. At least my feet are dry, and at least the shoes are semi-grippy. Okay, time to find the road. So I mentioned that the area that we're in was used as a major line to transport stuff out of Russia into Western Europe. This train station monument was created in 1999, and this train is a Soviet train from 1939. And basically it's just to remember 10 years of the city being great for the economy. And thank all of the workers for working here. It's pretty cool. So across from us we see probably some sort of like a guard post based on the shape of the ceiling and then an apartment building on the right. Maybe both for the workers and for other stuff. This is a key strategic point of holding if you're ever going to hold anything, really. This is where the railroad is. How did I miss that? So I had a nice little rest in the train station, and I decided to go outside and get a nice video of the train tracks and this nice little British train. As I mentioned, it's a train town. Choo-choo! We're passing the train tracks. And what I didn't realize is that the train that's been waiting here for like an hour is actually my train. So check it out. We're going to Riga. I had a huge plan. Not huge. I had a plan that I thought was pretty good. But then as I was digesting it a little bit more, I realized that the places I wanted to see I actually couldn't get to. So I just spent about an hour in the train station making sure that I could get to the places I wanted to see. So we're gonna get on this train, and then in a couple of hours or so, end up in a new city, in a new country. Again, I've already been to Latvia, but we're gonna go there again. So yeah, see you on the other side. Bye. Bye, Valga. Pretty nice. When it's less icy, I'll come see you again, maybe.